Fantastico. I started the recording. Welcome, recording people. I know some of you won't be here today, but I am glad you are here, whether you are here live or on recording. Oramos, let us pray. Father, I thank you for the privilege of being here, meeting like this, for the technology that helps us, for the truth that you are, that you never change, that since you've existed, your character remains the same. You are kind when we're unkind. You are faithful when we are unfaithful. You are honest when we are dishonest. You are freedom, Father. And I thank you for that. And I thank you for the gift of your son's sacrifice that opens that door for us. Not of anything good in us, Lord, except you in us, Christ in us. And I pray for these students, Lord, that they learn the Spanish you want them to learn and you use it in their futures to your glory and that you guide me. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, bienvenidos. It is almost gone. It is almost gone. I think it's on my glasses line now. I'm getting free of that. See, gracias. We're going to talk a little bit in the past tense about what you did on break. So let's practice these. I have gone over every Spanish 1 class like 3 minutes this week because it's a very special week. It is the beginning of Woolly Week. And we have a lot of exciting, well, I think it's exciting stuff to do. We can win prizes and there's a brand new video to watch. So let me get that. People coming in. Well, you got a break from this class. I still had to teach. I still had other classes that didn't have break. You got a break from being here. See? So you did something. Let's repeat these. I want you to repeat these after me. Fui, I went. Miré, I watched. Escuché. And it's very important that you stress that last syllable. Escuché, I listened to. Estudié, I studied. Trabajé, I worked. Comí, I ate. Jugué, I played. Toqué, I played an instrument. This kind of played is I played a game or a sport. Toqué, I played an instrument. Canté, I sang. Practiqué, I practiced. Leí, I read. Dormí, I slept. I have a question. Tengo una pregunta. Do you see a pattern here? What would you say? This pattern is actually pretty important. They all end with an E or an I, and all except one have an accent on that, right? This verb, to go, is a rebel. Everything, it's irregular, everything it does. It never follows the rules. All these are the I form in the past tense called the preterite tense. And so this makes it past. Mire means I watched. You could say yo mire, or you can just say mire. They both mean I watched. Escuché, I listened to. Now, we are going to come on mic in just a second. Right now, in chat, I want you this line to tell me 2 things you did during the past week, whether you had a break or not, right? And I know you have trouble with the accent, so we won't count the accent unless you know how to make it. 2 things that you did. This means, ¿qué hiciste? What did you do during las vacaciones, vacation? In chat, por favor. And I need everybody to put an answer in. See, when I go check it, this is your participation points. Estudié y trabajé. Good. You are telling me 2 things you did over break. And you're using the form, this is the past tense of yo. Yo miré, yo trabajé. What did you miré? What did you watch? Yo toqué la guitarra. Muy bien. Yo canté y estudié. Yo leí El Señor de los Anillos. Oh, me gustan mucho estos libros. Yo miré movies, películas, ¿sí? Escuché NF. Yo miré movies, yo miré movies, yo miré movies, yo fui. Where'd you go? You went where? Y estudié. Yo toqué, so broken. It's this line. This is the he did it. So you have to use this line, Brogan. So try that again. Yo miré movies. Una película buena, any good, a good movie. Yo fui a la iglesia. Muy bien. Church is iglesia. Canté y practiqué guitarra y piano. Jugué Mario Kart. Muy bien. Yo toqué. What did you play, Brogan? Y dormí. Yo miré movies, miré movies, miré movies. Ah, toqué el piano. Sí. Tú practicaste el piano. You practice piano, ¿sí? Muy bueno. Yo dormí mucho. Good job, Jake. It's healthy, en mi opinión. Excelente. Y interesante. A mí, yo trabajé, yo dormí un poco, yo fui al supermercado, went to the supermarket mucho. Yo limpié un poquito, I cleaned a little. Muy bien, let's keep going. So, oficialmente, bienvenidos. And it's time for you to start reading the date. So, I'm going to pick one of you. I'm going to say, ¿cuál es la fecha? So, um, how about Lincoln is going to tell us what the date is? So, we're all asking you, Lincoln, ¿cuál es la fecha? And you're the last one here.
Wait, so you asked me what again?
What's the date? And you're going to
What's
tell
the okay,
everybody.
is it ho, right?
You don't pronounce the H ever.
Oh. Yo.
Hoy, hoy,
Uh Hoy es uh
jueves.
jueves.
Mhm.
Jueves el 9.
No, 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 no. That's English.
Oh, yeah, 9.
No, that's English. We want
Oh, okay.
Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nueve.
Nueve de octubre
Perfecto.
de uh oh uh
Okay, everybody listen. There's two ways to do this. The first way is to say this number, dos. Then you say 1,000, which is mil, dos mil. And we know 25 from
Quince.
lesson one, right?
Oh,
So 2025. Let me hear it.
2000 uh 25. Uh
25.
uh, uh
And that's in that's in lesson one, right? 25. We have that
yeah,
number.
yeah, 25.
Okay. The other way to do it is to say 2025, which would be 20,
20,
25, 25.
25.
Sí,
Cinco.
cinco, cinco. Sí. Muy bien. Everybody will get a practice. Susana says, guapa. Yes, guapas could be beautiful. It can be pretty. Hermosa is usually beautiful. Guapa can kind of switch. It means good looking somehow, handsome, beautiful, pretty, etc. I did. Calendario, see? More vacations the week of Thanksgiving. Guapo is masculine. Guapa is feminine. Yeah, if you're describing something masculine, it's guapo and guapa. Okay, I need everybody to focus in on this because you may have questions. I see your sister's having a lot of trouble, Susanna. Let's talk about grades for a minute. Well, about seeing the grades. Rebecca does your grading. I do some of your grading. Hmm. So let's say you turned something in 1 day late. If Rebecca has already graded them, sometimes she's right on it, then and you didn't turn it in yet, you will have a 0. And that's how you'll know it's been graded. I'm pretty lenient, so I don't even count 1 day late as late. So that would be temporary. If it's a week late, you might lose 10 points, but you won't get a 0 if it's a week late. If it's a month late, then we'll talk about something else. So if you go to look at your grades and you have a 0 because you turned it in late, we can change that. Okay, don't panic. But here's the trick. Please listen really closely. If they've already been graded, the Schoology system doesn't tell us that you have submitted something late. We don't know to go check. So you have to send me an email, and in the subject line, it has to be late work. Tell me the week 2 translation. And we know to go look at that and regrade it. If you don't send that email, that 0 will stay there because we don't know it's there. You need to tell me if it's already been graded. If you don't have a 0, it means it hasn't been graded and it will be graded when the grading is done. If you have a 0 because it was late, you have to tell me that you submitted it before we can change that. Okay. And you go to the end of the line. It might not happen right away. It will bring your grade point average down temporarily, but it will change when it's graded. In the grade book, we drop one, the lowest grade in every category, but the computer does that automatically. So eventually there will be a lot of grades there. And so that crossing out will probably change. But if everybody can mess up once or twice, so we don't even count the lowest grade in each category. But that can change, Isaac, because once you submit something else, if you got a lower grade, then the computer would change that. So, two other important things. Please don't message me on Schoology if you want an answer. Don't do it. People are still doing it. It was probably because it was the lowest grade. It doesn't mean it's low. The computer doesn't have intelligence, right? So it just marks it out. I can't, Sarah, but you can watch the recording, okay? And you'll be all caught up, but I can't go back over it right now. Don't message me, okay? In Schoology, text or email. All right, this is going to become mandatory and I'm going to make you tell me. But now I'm just reminding you, when you do your assignments and you do a translation like capybara into English, I want you to read that out loud in English. You will recognize if it sounds like bad English. Read it to a parent, read it to a sibling and say, does that sound like pretty regular English if you can't tell? If it doesn't, fix it. Okay? Because you're supposed to be translating these into good English. So if it says the capybara had fear and um, has hunger, that's not good English. It is literally what it says, but you take that knowledge and put it, the capybara is afraid and is hungry. It shouldn't be the capybara, he is that, or goes to the lake, jumps in, runs. We have to say he does it or she does it. Listen to your English, okay? You translate it how you would say it in English. Yes. When I translate something, I translate it literally at first and then I put it in good English. You can you can do it however you want, but what you turn in has to be regular English, good English. As close to what it says as possible, but some things are said differently in both languages. And I will remind you, no outside resources, meaning I don't want anything to do your work for you. Okay. You can ask a friend. You can, if you do Duolingo, you can use what you've learned there, but you have to use it correctly, which is usually the problem. I, you can tell me if you get a word from somewhere else. So I don't think that you have used outside resources illegally. But can you get help? Yes. Can you ask a parent or a friend who speaks Spanish to give you a word or two? Yes. Just tell me where that is. Big picture, I don't want a machine doing your work for you. That is, Robert runs faster, more quickly, more rapidly. We could say that in English. Better English is faster, but you could say more rapidly. You've got the meaning there. Okay. All right. Your turn to read this in Español y in Inglés. How about um, Rowan? Would you read this in English and Spanish, por favor?
Sure. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Psalm 19:15. Sin gratas las palabras de mi boca y la meditación de mi corazón delante de ti, oh Señor, roca mía y redentor mío. Salmo 19:15.
19 is 19.
19.
15. We hear 15, 15.
15.
See, so we do numbers in Spanish too. See, of course, you don't know them, you're learning them. You can pull up, like I could put something for you to practice the numbers, but we mostly do it just by practicing. Okay, we have a time crunch today, so we're putting off saying this for a grade till next week. That's what all my other classes we decided. So I'm just imposing that on you. Let's practice. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8. And in Español, Jesucristo es el mismo ayer y hoy y por los siglos. Hebreos 13:8. Next week, by memory, English and Spanish for a grade. See? So you have a week to practice if you didn't practice. And if you did, you're good. I am so tempted to skip this, but it's so good. We'll probably just do this until break, okay? Because I did it with the other classes. Okay, escuchan. There are some errors that we English speakers, we gringos, make in Spanish because the languages are very different with this. In my face-to-face classes, I bring a Nerf gun and I shoot people when they make those mistakes. After a while, I'm not shooting Spanish one yet, but definitely Spanish too. So I'm going to tell you some. There are no apostrophes in Spanish ever. They don't exist. So you can't ever, there's no possessive S. Like grandpa's toes, you have to say the toes of grandpa. There's no apostrophe S. Okay. And the other ones we've been doing. So we're going to find the errors here. Next time we do this, you will be doing this yourselves in breakout rooms. Yeah. So let's do this one in chat. This means there are two mistakes. Do you see any mistakes here? This is a cucumber. It's supposed to say there is a cucumber. Right. That S would mean there is, it is. That's because you're translating from English. So you take that S out for sure. What else is wrong? Yes. What's wrong with the una? Yes. Pepinillo's masculine. So it should be hay un pepinillo. Sí. Second one. What? Uh, they want to say the cucumber's name is Fluffy. Yeah, no apostrophe. So how do we say the cucumber's name is Fluffy? El. It's, yeah, this is a cucumber. El pepinillo se llama es? No. Remember, this is literally, he calls himself. Yeah. Literally, the cucumber calls himself Fluffy, or the cucumbers, we would say, is named Fluffy, or his name is Fluffy. Good. Two here. Fluffy es triste y mucho, mucho guapo. What's wrong with, there is something wrong with mucho. Yes, muy. Soy guapo. Soy muy guapo, right? Mucho is much. Muy is very. So you can have muy guapo. And one more. What should it be? He is feeling sad. He is sad, meaning he's feeling sad. Está, sí. I cannot write with this pen, as is obvious. See, with the accent. Okay, two. Fluffy's tienes patas feas. No apostrophe S. Patas, like the capybara, has paws feas, ugly feet, ugly paws. Tienes, sí, tienes means you have. Fluffy tiene patas feas. Muy bien. One mistake, and it's not this. The A is correct. A Fluffy no me gustan las patas feas. Right. Yeah, I have nothing to do with it. How do we say he likes? It's in our Super 7. Le gusta? It's le. Yes. And the N is correct because this is plural. Ugly feet are not pleasing to Fluffy. One mistake. Fluffy, quiero las patas guapas. And I will take, we do have a final exam in this class, and I always have this section on there. So if you don't understand something, write me and ask me, and we'll have a talk about it. Yes, quiero is I want. Quiere, he wants. Fluffy quiere las patas guapas. Three-ish. Un elefante, su llama es Bob. Tengo las patas guapas. And I took these mistakes out of student papers, not yours, because I already had it up. Yes, Susana, se llama, not su llama. Get rid of that S, correct? Un elefante se llama Bob. Tengo? Oh yeah, two periods is wrong, but that doesn't count. You can say an elephant. It name's Bob. What about tengo? No, there's no tengo. Tengos. It's in our Super 7. He has. She has. Sí, tiene. Well, that should be tiene. And last one. Fluffy, lloran y explotan. Lloran, that comes from to cry. So Fluffy cries and explodes. Tango is I have. Llora, sí. Llora, I can hardly write. Y explota. Take the N off. The N means they explode. Yes, it is the end of the story. It was a very short story the class wrote. It was a tragedy in one short story. See? All right. Bueno, it is time for break. Okay, during break, yesterday I sent you through the Schoology a document and asked you to print it out. If you didn't print it out, and you can print it out now, print it out. If you cannot print it out, get a piece of paper and make 6 squares on it, 6 boxes like a storyboard. It is brutal. See. All right, during break, okay? Just get something to draw on that you can put 6 boxes on. And I will be back at 10 till. You can draw on this page if you want. Hey, I'm back. Susana, I just saw your questions. And number 3, su should be se llama, take the S out, and tiene. And yes, you will need shortly, you will need your papers to draw on. So you should have been doing that during break or while we continue. All right. We're trying to get to the top of the hour when we will start Senior Woolley. So I'm going to skip a bunch of stuff here. Wait a minute. I don't want to skip this. I am going to send you to breakout rooms and I want you to introduce yourselves to each other. Soy de, I'm from. Me llamo, my name is. Tengo some number of years. Enough. Hero, no. Me gusta, all these things over here. Jugar el fútbol, jugar el voleibol, el tenis. Tengo miedo de las arañas, las alturas, las serpientes, las matemáticas, nadar, mi mamá. Okay, do you have anything else you can draw on? An envelope. Um, if you can't do it, you can't do it, okay? But you would then do it with the recording, okay? Because you still have to hand it in. Hmm. Okay, is there a notepad in the hospital? You could break into 6 little boxes. I mean, some hotels have pens and paper. I don't know about in other countries. So, clase, escuchen, I'm going to send you to breakout rooms and you have about 4 minutes in there. I want you to go around and introduce yourselves. If you have time left, start over again and just change your names. Get fictional, okay? How many are here? ¿Cuántos somos? 19, 19. So if I make 5 rooms, there'll be about 4 people in each room. And the person with the last name closest to the letter Z is the captain. You start and you make sure it goes around, okay? Hold on a second. I've got to put the invitation. I will send the slide in there. Um, but it takes a few seconds afterwards. Okay, just do what you can, okay? Go on and join the rooms, and I will send this to the rooms. Almost everybody's there. So AJ, did you get an invitation? Let's see, AJ, if I can move you in there. So AJ, what's going on? Why aren't you in the room? Hmm. I don't think. Maybe this will work. No, that won't work either. So AJ, can you answer in chat, por favor? So AJ, I'm just going to put down that you left class, that you are not present for this. One more minute, and then I'm going to close the rooms. Excuse me. Mhm. All right. I'm going to bring everybody back. She boldly says, where's my people should be repopulating the class. Here we come. So everybody coming in, did you have enough time to get around once? Kind of. Is everybody back? I think everybody's back. No, Colton's not back. And AJ, for room 5, AJ never showed up. So I think AJ must have left during break. Hey, Susanna, I just saw your message. So I'm sorry. Come on. All right. We're going to kind of compress this quickly so we have time for the Senior Wooly. Evidently, I messed up some of the assignment. You did the drama translation, right? From page 3, 2. That me and Rowan? Yeah. Well, now we're going to do the lectura. It's the next page after the drama. And I need you to listen here or you'll be frustrated. The method, I don't necessarily agree with it all, but what the method is with these lecturas, they are going to make it possible for you to read and interpolate other texts. So they do not give you what every word means. Some of the words are from the vocabulary. They're not going to give you the vocabulary words. You're supposed to know those by now. Some of the words are from the Super 7. They won't give you those. But they give you, if there's a number here, they tell you what that word means. So be means she sees. No be means she doesn't see. I would give you more words, and I will, but we are going to do this first part together, and then I'm going to ask you to write a translation of the rest of it, except for the last little paragraph. You don't have to do that. So I'm going to read this, follow with me, repeat, and I'm going to call on you to translate. Luisa busca una taxi. How about Caleb?
Hear me?
Sí. Yes.
How you say the first one? That's the name, right?
Luisa, Louise. It's for Louise.
Oh,
Luisa.
Louise. So Louise sees,
No.
right? No.
This is our
Looks
motion.
at the taxi.
Looks, busca looks for, searches
Oh,
for.
looks for the taxi. Sorry.
Oui, a taxi. Ve un autobús, pero no ve un taxi. John.
She sees a bus, but she doesn't see a taxi.
Muy bien. ¿Dónde están los taxis? EJ.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. Which one am I doing? The third one? Or you said,
¿Dónde están los taxis?
let's see. Where are the taxis?
Good. Nobody else can see. Can everybody else see the slide? You should be able to see it, Colton. Maybe log out and log back in. I'm going to do the next two. Luisa suspira. Busca un taxi por 10 minutos más. And Brogan, how about you do that? What I just read.
Luisa Suspri, huh?
Yeah,
Busca
in English.
por
No,
taxi. Oh,
you're doing
sorry.
this in English. You're translating.
She sighs.
Mm-hmm.
She waits for a
No.
taxi for no.
Busca.
She looks. She looks for a taxi for 2 minutes.
10 is 10.
10 minutes. Yeah.
And this más means they don't tell you, it means more for 10 more minutes.
She looks for a taxi for 10 more minutes.
Yes. Luisa estampa el pie con impaciencia. How's about Susana?
Luisa stamps her foot with impatience.
Perfect. That's how it works. I want you to do the rest of this yourself. No outside resources. Use your vocabulary, use your words to decide. If you don't understand it, guess. We will go over the whole thing next week. Okay? And very quickly, we're losing time. It does. I think that's where we get it from. The second uh episode of Mi Vida Loca, I want you to watch that. Just the rest, except for the last page. Happy Bot is going to be very quick. You read through 3, but we haven't read 4, correct? Okay, these are about botas. What you're going to do is a little different, and I need you to listen because I'm going to tell you on the class page to go listen to this if you don't understand. Read it to understand it. And I want you to write 3 true or false questions in Spanish to make up a quiz for your classmates. So you're writing your own quiz. But listen closely. There's only one way to do this. You cannot start in English. Do not start your questions in English. You have to start in Spanish. So you take a Spanish sentence. Let's take the first one. And you could say, Carlos tiene una idea. True or false, which is cierto, falso. You don't change anything. It's true. Cierto. If you want to make it false, you could say Carlos no tiene una idea. That's false. Or Carlos tiene una hamburguesa. That's false. Or Carlos tiene, you change one thing to make it false. You start with the sentence in Spanish. That's the only way for you to make a good question. 3 questions and put your answers. Okay? And it will either be next week we do the quiz with it or the following week. Willy Week. All right. There are prizes to be won. Some of the activities I assigned will earn us tickets for the prizes. The grand prize is a drawing if we get enough to make that level for Senor Woolley to come teach the class himself. You are writing a quiz that I will put together. You can contribute 3 questions. There's a list of prizes. I don't have time to go over them now. I will tell you next week. He has a page that has a list of prizes. Okay? But one of the prizes, this is voluntary, you do not have to do this, is to have a student bake something like in an oven and take a picture of it, something to do with Woolly Week, something to do with the video or something we're doing this week to create something and bake it and send a picture. It's coming. Hold on. The first thing we're doing is the new vocabulary. Senor Woolley made motions for us to use. So I'm going to put those up and we are going to use them. Let me get this is it. The baking, this is good until October 31st. I just said it's totally voluntary. You do not have to do it at all. I just said that. Yeah, no, and it will be on the class page as well. So we're going to learn this vocab. I'm going to make this full screen. I hope it doesn't mess you up. Uh, I don't want to know that. So let's start. Come on, Willie, let's go. Everybody repeat llegar, to arrive. And this is the motion. You arrive at the wall of your hand, wherever you're going. Llegar, to arrive. Now we're going to take that apart and use it in some sentences. Julia llega a un evento. Try to translate that. Bam. Yeah, if there's an R, it's to arrive. Good English. Julia arrives to an event or at an event. See. 3 words. Temprano, early. A tiempo, on time. Tarde, late. I don't particularly like these motions, but it's what he gives us. So the first one is before the watch is early, temprano, a tiempo, tarde. So I do this for temprano, a tiempo, tarde. We're past time. I don't know what the second one is. Llegar, no I. Llegar is to arrive. Llega is arrives. A Julia le gusta llegar a tiempo. I mean, temprano. What does that mean? A Julia le gusta llegar temprano. Sí, temprano is early. He likes to arrive early. Sí. What about es importante llegar a tiempo? Mm. Es importante, sí, to arrive on time. And it's the same idea as to be, but it's literally to arrive. Tú llegas tarde. Tú llegas, you arrive. Mm. Sí, present tense, you arrive late. La hora, the time, we already know that. ¿Qué hora es? Clock time. Julia observa la hora. Sí, meaning the hour. Mm. And todo bajo control. Everything is under control. Todo bajo control. Julia tiene todo bajo control. She has everything under control. Those are our new words. Now we're going to watch the new video. So just practice your verse. Tarde, one nugget of tarde, pista picante, and I do have some worksheets for you that I have sections for you to do. Lectura translation, Mi vida loca. You don't have to hand anything in with the songs. You can listen to one. Capybara 4. You're going to read it and create 3 true or false questions the way I explained. Es todo. Adiós. Que Dios les bendiga. And I'll have that pista picante up as soon as I can. Adiós. Gracias.